Hey YouTube, it's Cape Cod Cuda. This is my 2004 Yamaha ttr225 trail bike, dirt bike. It's a 4-stroke. Just picked this up off of Craigslist the other day. Doesn't run, it's a project. I was told it needed a stator. I went online and found a parts bike up in Jacksonville, Florida. I drove up there. It was a good 150-mile trip for me, but I drove up there and picked up the other bike. The other bike didn't have the front end on it. Didn't have no forks, no front tire, and no handlebars, but it had all the controls with the ignition and stuff like that. The bike didn't have any plastic either, other than the gas tank. And it came with the seat, a blue Yamaha seat. Anyways, I got the solenoid that I needed off of it, and I put it on the bike, and it's got electric start. So I put that on the bike, and the bike didn't crank over, so I tested my starter, and my starter wasn't engaging. So the other bike had the motor on it, so I yanked the starter off it. I tested it, it worked, so I put the starter on there. She cranks, but she is not starting right now. I have fuel coming out of the bottom of my gas tank, so I know fuel's coming in. I tested spark. I do have spark. At first, you couldn't see spark on the spark plug. So I changed out the coil from the other bike, and I changed out the voltage regulator from the other bike. There's the voltage regulator. And you still couldn't see the spark. So, and I put a new plug on it and stuff like that. So, eventually a friend of mine touched it, and he said, "You got spark." So, and like I said, I got fuel coming down from the gas tank, from the pet cock, coming into the carburetor. So I think I got to rebuild the carburetor, clean out the carburetor. I did try to spray some hob spray, starter fluid, ether, whatever into it, and had no effect on it. So I don't think any fuel's getting to the carburetor. Let's see. I did clean up the chain a little, took a little wire brush to it, and then sprayed it down afterwards. The stator cover was missing some bolts on the stator cover, and this motor's put together with all Phillips screws, and all these little Phillips screws going around were stripped out. And so I replaced them with some hardware that I had from a motor I scrapped. And so I just matched up the thread pattern and the depth of them, and just tossed them all in there. And I also had to replace these two up here. And so I got those all on. But the other motor has all screws on them too, so I could put the Phillips back in there. But I don't think that's a good Phillips screws are a good fastener for a side cover that you might be taking off and on and stuff like that. For maintenance, those Phillips screws strip out so easy, and a lot of people put the wrong size Phillip head in a screw and strip them out. There's sizes. There's the pointy one is a number 1, then the one with the blunt head, and it's a little fatter. That's a number 2, and then there's a number 3. I'm sure there's other numbers, but number 2 is a better Phillip head to use on screw nuts, I've noticed. But you got to make sure they fit in there good. If you try to stick a pointy head Phillip number 1 in here, the tip will hit the back of the screw, and then you'll just strip out the fastener. The number 2 it's a flatter tip. So it goes in deeper, and it's a little thicker, and that's what you would use on this screw type right here, is the number 2. But that, I really don't like when I see screws stripped out like that, because I'm like, you're just using the wrong tools. But anyways, this is my new project. I've been watching YouTube videos, other people that have these bikes. It's a 4-stroke, so there's no 2-stroke oil that you have to add to the oil, to the fuel, to the gas. It's just straight gas. I've been watching videos. I actually subscribed to somebody else's channel for years now, and they picked one up recently also, maybe a couple months ago or something, and they're doing update videos on theirs that they're repairing. And I'd say his name, but I don't want to screw up his channel name. But I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about. The guy with the VTR in his apartment up in Canada. But I've been watching his videos on him. But I just figured I'd show you my little project that I'm doing. I got a back tire. The other bike came with the back tire. This one's bald. And my other back tire is over here in the garage. The garage is really dirty right now, but here's the other back tire. At least you can see some knobs on it. This has drum brakes, and the liner came off on this rim. It's stuck inside the drum, so I can't use those brakes. I'll probably just switch the tire over, because that one's pretty rusted. I'll end up cleaning this one up. Probably paint the exhaust system. I want to put the light on the back, the brake light. I guess you get that off like a WR. And I want to get a headlight thing. I want to try to make it street legal so I can put it on the road. You know, I like riding motorcycles and stuff, and with a dirt bike, I figure I can go off-road. And if I have a plate on it and any police officer tries to stop me for riding or tell me I'm trespassing or something, at least the bike will be registered, and they can't hopefully try to take my bike, impound my bike, or anything like that. Because I've had those problems like that riding dirt bikes. So I'm hoping if I can make kind of an enduro thing out of it and put it on the road. If I decide to go off-road riding, I won't be bothered too much. You know, hey, I'm trespassing, but I'll leave, you know. So, anyways, that's my new trail dirt bike, 2004 ttr225, 4-stroke. I'll probably should throw a couple more updates on there. I haven't really messed with it other than putting that solenoid in it and throwing the starter in it. I broke, as you can see, this is the battery that came with the bike. I was trying to loosen the screw to put this up on there. You can see this one's pretty rusted too. Well, it snapped. The battery top snapped, terminal. So I gotta buy a new battery. I don't have this side cover plastic. They're like $30, I think. $44 brand new, I think. But I guess eventually I'll buy it. And but like I said, I'll get some lights for it. But here's my update. 2004 Yamaha ttr225 project. Cape Cod Cooter signing out. Thanks for watching.